News Now is brought to you by the Bank of Guam, the People's Bank, Docomo Pacific, Island-wide, worldwide. The choice is clear. Micronesia Renewable Energy. Go solar for zero money down. And Colgate Optic White. Whiter teeth in 1 week. From broadcast to broadband. News you can trust. From the Pacific News Center in Hagåtña, Guam, and broadcasting live in Saipan, here's Clint Rigel and Janella Carrera. PNC Sports with Blake Watson and Rebecca Kim with weather. With your News Now.
Good evening. It's Tuesday, September the 30th, and you're watching PNC's News Now. I'm Janella Carrera.
And I'm Clint Rigel. Half a day, and thanks for tuning in. Topping your news tonight, PNC has obtained a couple of teenage fight videos. The kids, some of whom are in uniform, are engaging in what appears to be one-on-one mixed martial arts style fighting. The fights are not happening on campus and appear to be happening after school hours. One right in front of the Ganya Shopping Center, and one involving two girls in a field next to the ocean. Teenage fight videos are surfacing on the web with more and more frequency. In this video, two teenage boys fight one-on-one right in front of the Ganya Shopping Center. And in another video, two girls go at it in a field of grass next to the ocean. The spectators are wearing Southern High uniforms. Officer Paul Tapao says GPD's juvenile section is investigating both videos.
This is not the first they've ever seen an incident like this. Last year, they received numerous videos, numerous amounts of videos about stage fighting done by high school students.
Tapao says that they're asking the community to come forward if they recognize anybody in any of the videos.
And we can be actually the reporting person that can initiate the complaint. Now, the reason is because of one is safety. Safety is always paramount over the youth.
Tapao says that they want to send a strong message that the community of Guam will not tolerate this.
You know, from watching the video, it really looks like those students were trained in MMA or to any particular art. I'm not going to specifically ID any art, but it looks like they're trained.
And because of this training, they could be given more serious charges.
One, we know that you're trained, you can easily get charged for aggravated assault or a severe crime other than assault because you're trained in the art. Mm-hmm. And two, kids, they don't know any limits and everything. They can easily hurt somebody.
Officer Tapao, however, doesn't blame martial arts or the sport of mixed martial arts or MMA.
And I think these organized, sanctioned MMA events actually promote a safer environment. It may not sound right, but they do promote a safer environment where individuals who train in the art can actually carry it out in the ring and everything through competition form, a safer form of competition where there's referee, there's judges, there's doctors, and there's people to stop the fight. And Officer Tapao urges everyone in the community, especially parents, to talk to their kids about the dangers of this type of fighting. And for those interested in mixed martial arts, Tapao says, keep it in the ring.
A 22-year-old man has been arrested for the attempted murder of his brother early Monday morning. But in court this afternoon, 22-year-old Marcellus Clemente was only charged with aggravated assault. Guam Police spokesman Officer Paul Tapao says it happened at 12:50 a.m. at the N&R Apartments in Mangilaw. The suspect got into an altercation with his brother and stabbed him in the upper left area of his chest. The victim was conscious and responsive, says Tapao, when the police arrived, but was bleeding from a 4 to 6 inch laceration. Tapao notes that Clemente fled on foot but was later apprehended. The knife used in the stabbing was also located.
Witnesses had indicated that they saw Mr. Clemente arm of a knife in his right hand, which time he demonstrated a up and down striking motion towards the victim.
Guam Memorial Hospital nursing supervisor Sally Mangrobing says as of this morning, the victim was in stable condition and has been moved to the regular floor at GMH.
A 43-year-old woman is behind bars for biting a police officer in the arm. Lynetta Tanatungo was charged in Superior Court today with assault on a peace officer and family violence. The magistrate's complaint says that Tanatungo had gotten into an argument with her mother Monday afternoon, so her mother called police to have her removed from the home. Tanatungo then barricaded herself into a locked bedroom and refused to get out. A family member removed the door from its hinges, and when a police officer stepped in, Tanatungo reportedly pushed a dresser drawer onto a police officer, striking him in the face and chest. The police officer attempted to subdue the suspect, but was bit on his bicep. She was eventually restrained using pepper spray. GPD spokesman Officer Paul Tapao says the police officer was treated at GMH for his injuries.
It appears there is more than one victim in the prostitution case involving Guam police officer Paul John Santos. He was originally charged with raping one woman, a reported prostitute, but was just recently indicted for sexually assaulting two victims. Officer Santos was handed down a grand jury indictment on charges of first-degree, second-degree, and third-degree criminal sexual conduct, as well as official misconduct and abetting prostitution. He was initially facing only first and second degree CSC charges, but according to the indictment, another victim, 24 years old, has come forward indicating that he or she was forced to perform oral sex on Officer Santos sometime in July. Further details were not made available in the indictment. As for the first victim, police say Officer Santos was seen visiting Hotel Ipoh on September 1st in his police cruiser and while in uniform. The victim, who police say admitted she was a prostitute, claimed that Santos threatened to have her arrested if she did not have sex with him. And Santos apparently admitted to having sex with the woman, according to police, without paying for her services. He is scheduled to be arraigned tomorrow at 1 p.m.
Yesterday's tropical depression is now Tropical Storm Phanphone. Although it's now Tropical Storm, Phanphone is not expected to hit Guam. According to National Weather Service forecaster Mike Middlebrook, the storm is still on track to pass north of Guam and Saipan. He says it hasn't strengthened much since yesterday as the winds are 40 to 46 miles per hour. Pagan and Alamagan will see the bulk of these winds, with Saipan and Tinian getting some low-end tropical storm conditions.
Well, for us, it means we'll get some rain, mainly light to moderate rain. I'm not expecting a lot of heavy showers, at least not in the next day.
The numbers also show, however,
Middlebrook says that the storm should pass over Anatahan at 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. Wednesday morning, and we should expect heavier rains after Wednesday.
Although there has been a downward trend in the number of reported cases of family violence in the last 6 years, advocates continue to raise awareness about its damaging effects in our community. Governor Eddie Calvel signed a proclamation this morning declaring October as Family Violence Awareness Month. He was joined by public, private, and nonprofit organizations. According to statistics, there were 554 family violence arrests on Guam in 2008, 550 in 2009, 507 in 2010, 404 in 2011, and 424 arrests in 2012.
the numbers also show, however, that the children who were most innocent also can become indirect victims of family violence. In 2012, there were 144 children who were referred to Child Protective Services because of their exposure to family violence.
Certificates were also awarded to various community leaders and volunteers for their efforts in putting a stop to family violence.
All right, we'll keep watching PNC because when news now continues. Students complain about a nasty smell at Inarajan Middle School. Could it be the Luzon landfill?
And Ken Flores spends his last day at the Guam Power Authority. We'll be back with more news now after this.
It's a smile or a half a day. It's exceptional products and services. It's how we value your trust by getting better at what we do. It's the joy of working together and giving back to the community. This is how we live by the values that we stand for.
Bank of Guam, member FDIC.
Paying too much for electricity? Here's a thought. Go solar. Save money. It's that simple. With Sonova and MRE, we provide the solar panels, and you get the same electricity as your neighbor, just a whole lot cheaper. But here's the best part. As utility costs go up, your rates won't. Call Micronesia Renewable Energy for zero down solar energy. 632-2613. Go solar. save money.
In 2002, Governor-elect Felix Camacho and Lieutenant Governor-elect Kaleo Moylan were shocked at the state of the government that Carl Gutierrez had left behind. Camacho said the government appears to be carrying $100 million in unpaid bills and on its way to overspending its budget by $100 million. Moylan said during Carl's time, a veil of secrecy has critically damaged the government's credibility. Is that the kind of government you want to go back to? Let's keep Guam moving in the right direction.
People for the right direction. Emily Pinko, Treasurer.
Welcome back to News Now on PNC. Governor Eddie Calvo says he would like to hold off on the proposed hybrid retirement plan until after the election. The governor is accusing Vice Speaker BJ Cruz of politicizing the bill by introducing it before the election, and he blames Cruz and other Democrat senators for passing laws that increase the benefits to retirees, resulting in an increase in the unfunded liability to the retirement fund. He also accuses former Governor Carl Gutierrez of raiding the retirement fund and contributing to the mess the retirement fund is in. Governor Calvo says that we should wait for Congresswoman Berdalia to find a way to have GovGuam retirees to receive Social Security benefits to supplement their retirement.
I do believe this potentially, because it's being done right now, is a political act by the Vice Speaker. And I'm hopeful that maybe we could wait till this election is over. Let's see how things work in the Congress by the Congresswoman's efforts to bring Social Security as a part of the equation. And then we can move forward from there.
Vice Speaker BJ Cruz, on the other hand, says this is a bill that the late Senator Ben Pangilinan has been working on for over a decade. It's a bill that Senator Pangilinan was supposed to introduce this year, but was not able to do so before his passing. As for who's raided the retirement fund the most, Vice Speaker Cruz points to the Republican-passed early out retirement bill that cost the retirement fund $266 million in the first year alone. Governor Eddie Calvo voted for the early out bill when he was a senator.
Right now, under the DC plan, there is no floor. If you finish the money that you've put in, you're done. You go on welfare rolls or you go back to work. You know, it may be great for some trust fund baby to decide that, yeah, for some of the government employees, they have to work until they're 90, but no way. Not for me. I'm not going to do that. Not to the government employees.
As for Social Security, Vice Speaker Cruz says that they've been waiting for Social Security to be granted to GovGuam retirees, but it hasn't been granted for years.
The Luzon landfill is only a few years old, but students and staff at Inarajan Middle School are already complaining about smells from the landfill entering their campus. PNC's Betsy Brown headed south today to take a look at that issue.
Students were seen covering their noses as they switched classes at Inarajan Middle School today. Teachers tell PNC an odor from the Letson landfill has been permeating the campus for more than a week now.
Started probably about 2-3 weeks ago, maybe even a little longer, but last year we never had any problems at all, so I just figure as they fill up the dump, it just keeps getting bigger and bigger, and the smell is getting pretty bad now.
The Letson landfill is located only about 1 to 2 miles in that direction from the school, which is why teachers say when the winds are right, it causes a real distraction for students.
It's distracting because somehow it wafts underneath our door and it seeps into our classroom. And so even with the 2 plugins that I have in our class, it's still very distracting.
Acting Principal Annette Salas says she encourages teachers and staff to give students activities to do indoors to keep their minds off the smell. But she says it's beginning to be more than just a nuisance.
In the early morning hours, the smell does get, pretty bad, where we have kids coming into the nurse's office feeling nauseous. Sometimes when you're outdoors, you can kind of see them holding their shirts and sort of gagging, so it does become sort of a health concern.
GBB Vice President of Operations Chase Anderson says the scent may be due to rainy weather and the volume of biosolids the landfill receives, which he says has increased gradually from 148 tons in September of 2011 to 756 tons so far this month. Still, Anderson says GBB tries to minimize the smell by confining trash to a small area and covering it at the end of each day to isolate it from the environment. Betsy Brown, PNC News.
And Senator Mike Nicholas successfully tabled a bill introduced by Senator Chris Duenas to sue the federal government for polluting the ORDOT dump. Nicholas explains that he's concerned with the Bill 281 because it would require GovGuam to spend $350,000 to hire a law firm to sue the federal government for harms at the ORDOT dump. On top of this, the law firm would get 30% of whatever GovGuam wins in the suit. The bill states that GovGuam could win $100 to $200 million for the lawsuit, which means the law firm could stand to gain $30 to $60 million.
And my concern is, why are we going to spend the people's money to do all the legwork and then turn it over to an attorney to take 30% of the people's winnings?
Senator Nicholas says the bill is going to be referred back to committee.
A signing ceremony was held this morning to close the $76.47 million bond closing to fund improvements for the Guam Power Authority. The revenue bonds will be used for energy storage systems, system improvements, and a proposed energy conversion plan for the Guam Power Authority. It took investors less than an hour to snap up the GPA bonds when they went to market earlier this month. CCU Chairman Simon Sanchez says the success of the sale shows how far GPA has come in the last 12 years.
About 12 years ago at this time, GPA was downgraded by all three rating agencies. We lost our investment grade, which meant we would be borrowing money for ratepayers at a much higher rate. We were a financial mess. We were not as good as we had to be for our ratepayers.
At 4.3%, Sanchez says the interest rate for the bond is among the lowest obtained by GovGuam.
And that was the last bond signing for GPA General Manager Ken Flores, who retired today. Flores spent 32 years with the utility. He began his career as an engineer and was promoted to general manager 9 years ago. Today, he told PNC he's always enjoyed being in public service. He said he had mixed feelings about leaving at the end of the day.
It's time. I think being a public servant for 32 years, it was a very humble experience, very privileged, very honorable career to serve the public. And now I get to enjoy retirement, maybe for a little while, and then get back into the workforce real quick.
John Beneventi will serve as the interim general manager until a replacement is named.
And congratulations there to Mr. Ken Flores for a long service at the Guam Power Authority. We'll miss interviewing him. We've been interviewing him many years now.
Yeah, and you know, for as long as I've known, he's been the GM. So it'll be interesting to see how GPA
carries on.
Yeah.
All right, congratulations. We'll keep watching PNC because when News Now continues, the dogs bite and the Friars fight. That's what Blake Watson has coming up in sports.
And Rebecca Kim still has her yes on Tropical Storm fan phone. More on that when News Now continues after this.
Let's hear it for Bud Light, the perfect beer for when you take over a town, make me the mayor, call it whatever USA. Then pack it to the brim with so much spontaneous, never thought I'd be doing this awesomeness that it's hard to believe we actually pulled it off, right? Body bowling, roller disco, Bud Light, tiny cars, tiny horses, big celebrities, Bud Light, dancing, karaoke, Bud Light, whatever that is. This guy, this girl, oh my, wow, look at that. Bud Light and Bud Light, then put it on the internet for everyone to see. And whatever else happened.
Bud Light, the perfect beer for whatever happens. Find out more at upforwhatever.com.
This silver dollar has been in our family for generations. And now I want you to... Never mind.
No dollar is safe. The new Dollar Cravings menu. 11 craveable creations, each for $1.
Taco Bell's Beefy Fritos Burrito. Crunchy Fritos, seasoned beef, and warm nacho cheese sauce, all for just $1. One of 11 craveable creations on Taco Bell's new Dollar Cravings menu, each for just $1. Only $1? Who approved this?
Pat Stitching and Detailing offers complete detailing and off-island detailing for shipping. Affordable packages starting at $149. With 3M paint sealant and wax, 3M Scotch Guard, and a deep steam shampoo, Pat is your detailing headquarters. Located across GTA in Upper Tumon. Call 647-SLAM today.
Wandering out into this great unknown. And when it's done, believe that I will yell it from that mountain high. I was born free.
Find summer, the Chevy Summer Drive. Now get this 2014 Camaro LS for $28,999 or just $147 per paycheck. Head into AK Chevrolet today.
Another day, another round of sports. Half a day, happy Tuesday. I'm Blake Watson, and this is the PNC Sports Report. St. John Lady Knights volleyball team need a time machine so they can travel to the middle of the season and have a do-over. It wasn't that long ago they were sitting alone in second place at 5-2. Now they've fallen to 7-7. Cue the red-hot second-place Ukadu Bulldogs. These two met over the weekend. Here are the highlights. The Ukadu Bulldogs riding high on a 5-game winning streak coming into their Saturday night contest with the St. John Knights. Lady Knights returning to winning form early in the first set. They're able to find their groove and get into an intense point exchange. Both teams able to maintain focus and do what they need to score. First set, an exciting display that could have gone either way and was close most of the time. But Bulldogs bark just as ferocious as their bite. They edge it out 26-24. Ukadu feeling good to start set number 2, and it was much of the same game plan for the Lady Bulldog squad. They're able to pick up where they left off in the first set. They don't look back. They run the score to 20-7 at one point. They finish strong. They win the match in 2 sets. Ukadu looking to get their 6th win in a row tonight. They face the 4-10 St. Paul Warriors at home. Homecoming weekend, a couple of places around the island, both JFK and Father Duenas enjoying theirs under the Saturday night lights. FD Friars emerging as the team to watch as of late. They've won 3 of their last 4. They have a strong hold on 3rd place at the moment. Ukadu Bulldogs have won 2 in a row. These two met for a good one. Here's more. Hal Sharoma Field was the festive backdrop for a great game between FD and Ukadu. First quarter, Friars struggled to get anything going in the running game. Bulldog linebacker Jesse Carl Cruz completely dominant, turning in 12 tackles on the night. Into the first, it's 7-7. Things got very interesting right before halftime. A controversial fumble that was caused and returned by Friars' Ryan Rokop. FD leads going into the third, 14-7. The FD offense came out ready. Friar running back DeAndre Cruz finally getting his mojo working. He scored the game's 3rd touchdown off a run from the goal line. But here come the Bulldogs. Ukadu quarterback Larray Zapatos hooks up with Alden Ferrara for an 11-yard pass and score. It's 21-14. Despite an exciting last-ditch effort from the Bulldogs, the FD Friars D steps up and closes it out. FD wins by 7. 21-14, the final in Dedido. The streak continues. We had week 3 action in the always enjoyable Triple J Auto Group Robbie Weber Youth Soccer League over the weekend. There's more in the Budweiser Sports Report.
The PNC Budweiser Sports Report with top headlines and action of all your favorite local sports.
Over 100 teams in 6 age divisions continued matches in Week 3 of the Youth League at the GFA National Training Center Saturday. In under 17 A division matches, the Paine Coast Strikers defeated Community First Dedido Soccer Club 4-1. Sean Charfus scored twice in the win. The Strikers' goal came on a Dedido own goal. Wings FC Red defeated Quality Distributors 6-0. Wings FC Black defeated the Southern Heat 4-2 with 2 goals each from Derry Okiyama and Thomas Park. In the under 12 A division, the Islanders defeated Wings FC Black 9-2, led by Jonathan Sevilla's 4 goals. Javian Cruz, Mackie Rasmussen, and Russell Encinas also contributed in the win. Taylor Bonner and Gabe Simard scored for the Wings FC Black. The Sidekick SC edged the Tigers 4-3. James Lee scored twice for the Tigers, and in other matches, Wings FC Red defeated the Wolverines 6-3. They were led by Nick Varva's hat trick. Youth soccer action continues this Saturday in Harmon.
This sports report was brought to you by Budweiser. Grab some buds.
That does it for sports this evening. Last Tuesday night of IIAAG girls volleyball regular season play is tonight. Catch a match and support the local athletes. I'm Blake Watson. See you at the game.
When you're ready to turn up your night, turn to Bud Light Platinum, the next generation of smooth. Brewed with top-shelf ingredients for a bold, slightly sweet finish. Turn up your night and make it platinum. When you're ready to turn up your night, turn to Bud Light Platinum, the next generation of smooth. Brewed with top-shelf ingredients for a bold, slightly sweet finish. Turn up your night and make it platinum.
Looking to tint your ride? With 1 year, 3 year, and lifetime warranties on 3M tinting film, Pat's Tinting and Detailing is the place to go for all your tinting needs. Complete detailing packages start at $169. They also carry base-proof window tint. So cool your car down with tinting from Pat's. Located across GTA and Upper Tumon, call 647-SLAM today.
Now your most dazzling accessory can be your smile with new Colgate Optic White Dual Action Toothpaste. Its dual action formula shines and whitens over 2 shades more than a leading whitening toothpaste. So with new Colgate Optic White Dual Action, the only accessory you need to shine is your smile.
Now available on Guam in your favorite Bright Smiles, Bright Future certified stores. Distributed locally by Micronesian brokers.
Hey, hope the rain didn't bring you down today. Welcome to PNC's News Time. It is my turn. Weather time. I'm Rekha Kim. A tropical storm Phenphon continues to give us rain. It is located 250 miles northeast of Guam and 150 miles east-northeast of Saipan. It is moving toward the west-northwest at around 16 miles per hour. Guam is not much of under threat, but Saipan is under flash flood watch until late Wednesday night. And rainfall amounts of 4 to 8 inches are expected till tomorrow in Saipan. Take a look at the cloud coverage here. Tonight and tomorrow, we expect occasionally heavy showers and scattered thunderstorms. Then on Thursday, it will rain even more. Numerous showers and wind speed will be about 10 to 20 miles higher than usual this week. Tonight, it will be west winds 20 to 25, then another 10 miles increase to wind speed tomorrow. Southwest winds 25 to 35. The wind will stay strong just like that until Thursday, and highs remain 89, lows remain 77. On Saipan, conditions will be a lot worse as the storm is a lot closer. Not only occasionally heavy showers are expected, but also damaging winds. Tonight, Saipan will go through west winds 30 to 40 miles per hour, but it will calm down just a little bit tomorrow and on Thursday as it decreases to 25 to 35 miles per hour. Once again, flash flood watch is in effect for Saipan. Please stay informed.
By 2019, our children, youth, and families will become more and more actively involved in healthier lifestyles. Grassroots engagement is a key pillar to achieving this vision. By embracing our island traditions and promoting our strengths and values, we can reflect on our past and learn from the wisdom of our elders. We can trust the vision of our youth to make a better future for ourselves and others. The peace vision for Guam is people making positive choices. Guam is our island. This is our home. The success of our future relies on our coming together. It starts with me and you.
To learn more, call the Prevention and Training Branch of the Guam Behavioral Health and Wellness Center at 477-9079 or visit peaceguam.org today.
Catch the finger food craze that's taking over the world. Start with McDonald's delicious, shareable Chicken McNuggets, 20 for $5.99. And don't forget your favorite sauce. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Half a day, here's your community calendar. The Guam Humanities Council announces this year's Eat Your Heritage Tour with Freedom on the menu, celebrating Southern cooking and gospel music. Events include a Created Equal film screening of Freedom Riders, with a special performance by the Birmingham Sunlights on Tuesday at 6 p.m. at the UOG Class Lecture Hall. Also, there will be a chef's lecture with James Beard award-winning chef Robert Stelling. That will take place on Thursday at 7 p.m. at the Government House. The University of Guam Theater continues the performance of No Exit this Thursday through Saturday. The show will be held in the UOG Fine Arts Theater at 7 p.m. with doors opening at 6:30. Island golfers can hit the links and help a GCC student with college expenses by joining the 2014 GCC Foundation Par Excellence Golf Tournament this Saturday at the Leo Palace Golf Resort. The annual tournament is a two-man best ball with shotgun start at 8 a.m. The entry fee is $125 per player. To register or become a sponsor, contact Danilo Belong at GCC's Development and Alumni Relation Office at 735-5611. Email news@k57.com to see your event on the community calendar.
Your community calendar is brought to you by McDonald's. I'm loving it.
All right, that's it for news now. From all of us here at PNC, thanks for watching. Stay Maulig and have a good night.
Good night.